And the first part of that, Steve, was you did mention some constraints, and I wanted to have the audience, hear from you. Did they, for example, analytical services and some other places, did they did they originate with COVID? Are they being mitigated? Do you expect those to go forward? Where are those bottlenecks, and how are you handling that?
It is a real challenge. I wish honestly, this is one area that I wish that we could make bigger inroads in. These are not COVID specific. They certainly predated COVID. I think a lot is partially driven by just very challenging assays in the cell and gene therapy space, which may cause rise to invalid results, need to retest. We're dealing with relatively small volumes of material that are available just based on scarcity. And so I guess the ability to kind of have backup plans in place becomes quite challenging. I think some of this may be driven by the expectations with regulators to have more and more characterization work on these, from a biophysical biocharacterization perspective. So a lot more assays. It's not just the standard panel, but more and more assays, including ones that are bespoke to specific programs, as opposed to ones that can be broadly applied to multiple clients, adds complexities that are challenging to manage. And I will say, I think one of the key drivers on the analytical front is actually the resourcing. So I believe I saw a question around talent acquisition, which I think is an important point to talk about more broadly, but certainly in the analytical CTO testing space, keeping and retaining folks who I think feel a lot of pressure, right? There's a lot of demand on those organizations, which obviously presumably trickles down to the folks who are running the methods and rapid turnaround time, the expectations from clients. And because the market is so open from other companies, there's a lot of opportunities where if people are not happy with what they're doing, they have ample opportunities to kind of explore elsewhere. And so I think that creates a shortage of really experienced and knowledgeable individuals in these areas. And I guess I'm specifically talking about the testing, but I think it applies more broadly. And that creates a crunch that has a trickle down to how clients are getting their release testing results.